Hello, welcome back to From Toes to Souls. As always, I am so happy that you could join me today. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for subscribing to my channel, liking, commenting, and sharing. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and make sure that you turn on your notifications so you can always be notified when I post new content. So right now I am taking a break from work. Today is my day before I'm off tomorrow. Well, my last day before I'm off tomorrow. I'm so looking forward to being off tomorrow. I love my job and I love what I do, but I so enjoy my days off. It's just something about being off and just not having to have a care in the world, except for maybe, running some errands or, just going to appointments and all that good stuff. It is such a nice day here today. The weather is beautiful. The wind is blowing. It's not too hot. It's not cold. It's just the perfect temperature outside. And it's like my favorite time of year sometime, other than spring, because it's just really enjoyable and bearable weather. And I wish that fall would be like that the whole season, but unfortunately, it isn't, because out of nowhere, it just gets extremely cold. And then when it's actually winter, it's warm again, at least here in North Carolina where I'm at. But yeah, we have some of the most inconsistent weather you can ever ask for. But anyway, so I really don't have anything to talk about today. I just wanted to make a video since I haven't done one like this in a couple weeks. Just wanted to bring you some good old ASMR and some good old foot content. But anyway, it just feels so good out here. I just wish I could stay out here the rest of the day, but duty calls, but and I'm really enjoying just sitting here. My back has been hurting today, which is normal for me. I have chronic back pain. I have a little scoliosis. It's not severe. I've had it since like elementary school, but I noticed over the years as I've gotten older that it's starting to cause, some real back pain. And I don't know if it's in correlation with my job or my age, or it's just one of those things that, it just progresses. It gets worse as you get older, but, that's one of the reasons I get frequent massages. And also, I had tried chiropractor, and I just didn't like that. It just didn't do it for me, and I just hear so many people who are just love going to the chiropractor. They're just like, oh my God, I love when they adjust my back. I hated it. I hated every second. I was literally in there for no more than 10 minutes each time I went, and it was some of the worst 10 minutes of my week. So I just stopped going. But recently, I decided that I would try acupuncture. So I went a month ago, my first appointment, and then my second appointment was last week. And it's not what people think. It doesn't hurt at all. Like, yes, there are needles, they're sticking in you, but they're so thin that you can barely feel them. Now, the first time I went, and even last week, I did at one point I could feel the needles when he was putting them in, but it wasn't like a pain. It was just I felt it, but it was just for like a few seconds. It wasn't like I felt it the whole time. So, and honestly, I fell asleep both times. So it's really not bad. And I've had so many clients that I see that have told me that they've tried it for whatever reasons, and they have sworn by it like it's the best thing that they could have done for themselves. So I figured, why not try it? I mean, what do I have to lose? Because some days my back is hurting so bad that I feel like crying, and it's my right side, because the curve of my spine is curved to the right, towards the middle, like in the middle of my back. That's where my curve is. So the right side on my lats is just, it feels like someone is squeezing my muscles there with every bit of strength that they have. It's just like and I don't want to say throbbing, it's just a constant pain. And sometimes I'll get a tennis ball and put it up against the wall and just press my back into it as hard as I can. I've even had my daughter, when she was living with us, just put her elbow right in the spot and just press it as hard as she could. And it's one of those hurts so good pains. It's like it hurts, but it's feels good because it's relieving some of the tension and stress in the muscle from all the tightness. So I figured I would just try the acupuncture because I just I just needed some type of relief. And at night sometimes I'll use my heating pad, and that does help to an extent. I mean, not like, it doesn't stop the pain 100%, but it does ease it some. And I mean, taking things like Tylenol or ibuprofen, I don't feel like that helps. I mean, I've even rubbed like Tiger Balm, that type of stuff on it, and that helps sometimes, but then sometimes it's just bad. Like, it just doesn't go away. So since I've had those 2 sessions of acupuncture, I mean, my back still hurts, but I've read that you have to maybe do several sessions with certain things to see how long it's going to take to actually, you know, give some results. So, I mean, like I said, I have had 2 sessions with the pain. The way my back hurts, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need several sessions before I start to see some relief. But I'm not going to give up on it, because at this point, I just feel like I'm trying to try anything possible that's going to help with this pain. And when I'm at home and it's hurting, pain is pain no matter where you are. But I hate it when I'm at work and it starts hurting, because I'm trying to relieve someone else's pain and tension, and I'm in pain myself. So it's just like I'm in pain, yet I'm trying to help someone else with their pain. So when I'm at work and it starts hurting, when I get a break or get a chance, I try to put something on my back. Like, I have some odorless Aspercreme, and sometimes I'll rub some of that on when I get a chance, hoping that it'll help. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Or either one of my coworkers, they'll, kind of work on it a little. If we're on the, like, perfect example, yesterday, one of my coworkers, he knows that my back's always hurting, so he starts working on it while we're in the break room, and he was like, just come lay on the table for a little bit, and I'll see if I can, help you out a little. So of course I'm like, oh, yeah. So he worked on it a little bit, and that did help, because he's really good with, giving the right pressure and working directly on the areas that's hurting to try to ease some of the discomfort. So it did help out a little. It helped out a lot, actually. So the rest of my shift, I was good. But then, of course, got home last night and it was hurting again. But that's the story of my life. So I'm used to it right now. But yeah. So, but I don't have an appointment tomorrow. I'm going to, I guess, try to make one next week and see, if I can get in there then. And hopefully, as the time goes by, I'll start seeing some results. But yeah. So I didn't want to make this a long video, and I want to go ahead and get myself back into the clinic and get myself together for my next appointments. I just wanted to shoot a video real quick. Trying to be consistent. And I also want to say this before I end. I am really, really happy and excited with the way this channel is growing. The subscribers are coming every day, and I appreciate it so much. And I know that a lot of my old Instagram followers are, wishing I was still on Instagram. I wish I was still on there too, but it is what it is. There's really nothing I can do about it. And as I've said in a previous video, I'm just not gonna try to create a new page, because for one, I'd have to create a new Facebook page, and then in order to even get an Instagram page, and as you recall, they were both disabled, and I just don't feel like going back through all that just for them to delete the account, because as I've said before on the post where I first let everyone know what happened, from what I've seen, that from previous, people that had got all of their accounts disabled, they are all saying the same thing, that once you create a new account, they disable it pretty much as soon as you create it. So I'm just not gonna get myself, all into it and excited just for it to be deleted. And I mean, I, I just, right now, I'm just not really happy with Meta anyway. Like, I'm not gonna put myself out there just to get deleted again. I mean, I definitely miss it. I miss the vibe. I miss my followers. I miss everything about it. But, what can I do? And I even had someone, tell me on Twitter that, my presence just isn't the same on these other apps as it was on Instagram. And I totally agree. But I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I signed this petition that they have out there with change.org, where there's so many people like me whose accounts have been disabled for no reason. And right now there are like over 40,000 signatures out there of people who have been wrongfully disabled with no type of human contact, no way to find out exactly what it is they supposedly done to have their accounts disabled. So it's not just me, it's happening to so many people. And right now they're just petitioning, but we all know more than likely nothing's going to happen. So until then, I'm just going to keep working on this channel and make it grow the best I can. So that's really all I can do at this moment. I mean, I miss it too. I promise you I do. Even when I hear certain songs, I was a big person with the old school music. I heard a song the other day and it just made me sad because it was one of the songs I used on a reel that did, really well. So I'm reminded daily of Instagram. But it is what it is. So I guess you're just gonna have to just continue to tune in here and Patreon and Twitter. I post on there every now and then, but as I said before, it's not my favorite place. Too much porn and racism on there. I just find myself getting angry every time I go on there, so I try not to go on there as much. But anyway, until the next time, peace.